Alright. We should be back. Bellos should sadly still be a mod. I mean, should still be a mod. Why did I say sadly? Whoopsie daisy. What a Freudian slip. I didn't notice Freudian was on the ground there. Restarting my stream lost me all my people forever. You guys will never come back. I know it. Because I restarted stream, I'll never see any of my viewers again. Why did I listen to Bella, of all people? I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I kind of figured TikTok was just tweaking for some reason. Look who's modded, yippee. What a great decision I've made for my own sake. I'm not gonna get hate messages pinned again. It's whatever. Yeah, I know. I did decide to do that. I did make the, some would call decision, some would call mistake. Did it actually stop working again? Yeah, because the other end is fine. Like, the other end was perfectly fine, for some reason. We're probably just gonna cut stream in a couple minutes anyways, because we're all sleepy already. I just don't understand why TikTok gotta be like that. Do we need to mod you on the other platform? Yeah, she did, and I'm kinda, Bella's not that mean. Usually. Sometimes she says atrocious things that are worse than anything Bella's ever said, though. That's kinda why I'm concerned. Oh, cool. So now because I restarted the stream, the other one's broken too. That's actually kind of messed up. Because the other stream, I literally checked in and it was perfectly fine. You've got to be kidding me. Bella, why did you make me restart? We should have never listened to Bella. Astral, is it lagging for you as well? On both? I know it is on the TikTok thing. I know what's happening too. I don't know why it happens, but it randomly just decides that it does not want to work at all, for me. It's really fun. I'm gonna have to log back in on Studio tomorrow. But the tube, I think it should be working. It was working last I saw. And it still looks fine here. I think here was fine still, for me at least. I don't know what's going on here. That's so weird. Bella cursed me. Maybe it's good on the other spot. As well, hopefully. Nothing I can do. The way my hand is shaking so bad right now. I guess we'll ban this one. Or not ban, mod. Oh, that's like the complete opposite thing to do. You can be modded standardly here, I guess. That's one of the choices I've ever made. I almost said mistakes. It's not a mistake yet. I did kind of give too much power to the creature that haunts me. And everything is going wrong for me today. I don't believe that for some reason. Actually, no, I do believe that. You guys all hate me. It's fine. I should have just said that stream wouldn't restart in the DC. I should have been like, sorry guys, I can't get it to restart. Don't know what happened. I hope you're not like Bacon. You weren't there for that whole experience, but I literally, when I said Val not coming back to streams is encouraged here. I mean, that I don't. Bacon. I can't even talk about that right now because Penn Franklin, I don't know what they put in him this time, but Penn Franklin is smacking the fuck out of me right now. So if I even speak about how I feel about what happened there, I'm gonna get banned. I'm going to get banned again. Yeah, you guys are both grade A haters, I know. It's fine. I modded one of you, by the way, for some reason. For some reason. If you want to, you could, but I really don't recommend it. It was, I want to say it was around like the 4-hour in mark where it got really, really weird, really, really quick. I don't fully recommend it because it was super, super long, but there was some shit that happened there. I almost feel like I need to delete that stream, actually, now that you're mentioning that. Because I did just remember that people can do that over there. And that was not... I will never... If anything like that ever happens on my stream again, I will seriously get super, super irritated. Because I tried to get him to stop. I tried to get him to stop speaking so many times, and he wouldn't. And I really should have just been like, dude, shut your fucking mouth, but it did not work. I should have just, like, actually locked in and been evil for a minute. I don't care. I shouldn't have cared. I did for some reason, for a minute, but I shouldn't have. And I'm very upset with myself. And I will stay upset with myself until I die. A bunch of stuff happened. I don't... Bacon said some of the... Like, because of Bacon, I had the weirdest fucking interaction I've ever had on the internet. On that stream. Literally, that's the only thing I can say. And it makes my skin crawl thinking about what that man said, and he still tries to, like, make excuses for it, and it's disgusting. Not okay. Not acceptable. I'm not gonna, like, call him weird or anything like that. I mean, what he said was weird, but... Dude, no. That shit was just... He even, like, seems to know that it shouldn't have been said, from how he acts about it. What's up, Paul? Thanks for stopping back in, man. And, Bella, I don't know how much I recommend... If you do rewatch that, that might genuinely be a good thing, because I might need to encourage you rewatching at least the important segment of that, because very questionable. And I've talked to very questionable people online before. Like, I've been on the internet for a very long time. But that was one of the, like... It felt so normal for so long, and there was a moment where it was very quickly, like... I remember on the stream, Val had mentioned, it was very notable that I was like, oh, this isn't as funny, or, like, even slightly funny anymore. Because it quickly went from, like, hee hee ha ha to, like, slowly drip feeding into, like, you think this? This popped into your head? I don't know if you can tell. It's probably not that obvious. I am genuinely stressing thinking about that again. Like, the way my heart rate has raised. Talking about that is concerning. Like, I don't like that happened. Yeah, no, it might be a good thing, Bella. I don't know if you should rewatch it. I almost want to say you should, but I also want to say, like, even I say very weird things as jokes a lot, obviously, you guys know that. I am uncomfortable thinking about the jokes that were made on that stream. Like, I still get, like, when I think back on it, I'm like, I kick myself literally for not being like, dude, please shut the fuck up right now. And stop. But no, it just wouldn't have worked, I don't even think. No, Val was not alone during that. I promise you that once I realized that it was not anywhere near what the vibe seemed to be, I was 100% like, I was with Val on that, but no. Dude, it was so much worse. It was so much worse. It was like so much weirder and so much like more. No, that man might need to be hurt. Yeah, no, I make, like, I am fully in on edgy humor, but I am not, that was not humorous in any way, and those type of people make me angry. Like, Bacon, I can't look at him the same after him calling what he said a joke. Because it's not a joke, it's not funny. There's no hee-hees and there's no ha-has. The hee-hees and ha-has were very quickly lost that night, and they will never return. At least for me. Yeah, no, that's fair. There are some topics that should not be joked about. I don't make jokes like that. And jokes like what Bacon made were just, like, way too... It didn't feel like a joke for, like, way too long. Like, there was way too long of that experience where it was like, this guy's not joking, this is something that he's thought about. Like, once he said one specific comment, it was very, like, oh, whoa, we need to pump the brakes on this. He didn't joke about that. He did not joke about that, but, like, the lines that we were on, it seemed very close, almost. I don't want to say, but I have to say. And I feel like I failed as a human being by not shutting that down earlier. And that, I almost take the whole blame of that. Because the fact that I didn't tell him to shut up at the first joke of being like, I know where you live, but literally, like, not like, hee hee ha ha, I know where you sleep at night. Funnies, like, seriously being like, hey, I know where you're from. I should have been like, dude, quit that, we don't do that. But I didn't for some reason. I was in the illusion at that point already by a long shot, so I was like, dude, what the fuck? And I could not stop giggling. But there was a point where even I, within the illusion, was like, holy fuck, this dude is strange. And he says that he was tired and he was off his medicines that run off late at night, but, like, I've been very tired before. So, I can't say that I think that was a valid reason. And, alright, Bella, my bad for bringing that back up to any extent. It's just, like, haunted me genuinely a little bit. I genuinely, like, still have been kind of, like, iffy on going live pretty much every night since that happened. I just feel like I shouldn't be doing this to an extent. After what that went to the extent that I let it get to me, like, especially, it's kind of like, dude. I already have re-blocked some people, or not re-blocked, I blocked some people on Discord just to like completely get away from any of that. I can't have that. And I'm not like I'm not blaming all the people I blocked, obviously, but like, I can't speak to those people anymore, obviously. No. Sometimes you make too big of a blunder in life, and it's kind of, it's Jovo from there. And that's how it is. I can't say that I am feeling too deeply affected, other than the fact that I'm like haunted by it personally, but that's the only loss that I have. I wonder what Bella went to. What kind of pedestal that Cheeto is going to end up on. I'll run 1 or 2 more races. I feel kind of dumb again. I should have talked about that. I don't know what I was thinking. No, it's all good, Astro. I was kind of just tweaking over the whole thing that happened the other day, and I am mentally kicking myself very hard again. So I'm kind of just like, I was literally like shell-shocked that night. I genuinely was in shock, and if I think about it too hard, I still kind of just am like, what the fuck did I do? I feel like I did it. I didn't even say, I would never say anything along those lines. I would not ever. That is not in my soul. But the fact that I didn't stop it makes me feel like I said it. Dude, I feel like I could have done something more, but I didn't, and I kind of like freak out over it a little bit internally. We're gonna not panic. We're gonna not panic. I'm gonna like actually break over this. It will be my final score. TikTok, if you tell me to encourage people to share my live when I'm going through a moment like this ever again, I'm going to encourage somebody to come to your headquarters and commit violence. I don't know if it's just that, because I tend to obsess on like little things a lot, but it definitely wasn't a little thing, and I feel remorse. Like, I cannot speak to those people ever again, pretty much. The same, at least. No, I appreciate it. I try to not get like that too much. Dude, I did it at work earlier today. My boss was like, what are you talking about? Because I was just kind of sitting there. I thought I was by myself. I thought there was no one else around, and I was kind of just like, not talking to myself, but just like airing out my thoughts, literally just self-venting pretty much. And I remember, I just hear my boss like, are you good? And I was like, you could say something like that. And then I just walked away. Fuck that. I do not have the mental fortitude to explain to my boss what happened that night without getting genuinely fired. Because the personal feelings I have on what happened are very not good. I got very upset, and I'm still very upset. Like, I get mad. I kind of have to, like, just not think. I try and avoid the chats to some extent. I don't want to be rude Because I feel like that almost might just even make it worse at this point, but I cannot read what that person has to say to me and take it any form seriously. And it worries me that I genuinely think I feel more regret over that than the person who said the things does. And I kind of did that thing where I put myself into like a loop where I cannot stop thinking about this, but I can't think that good about it, if that makes sense. I can't really process it, so I'm like, whoa. I don't know why. Like, I thought it was, there was genuinely multiple points throughout that night where I was like, it is going to turn out that they're both somehow in on this, and like this is like something to like prank me and make me feel like a fool. And I still feel like that, even though it's obvious, like it's very obvious that that is not a prank, and if that is a prank, the terrible people. I know it's not a prank. I know it's not, but there's still like, I'm so caught off guard by it 3 or 4 days later at this point that my brain like almost wants to put such a layer of irony over it that it's like, that didn't actually happen. But it did. We're gonna not think about it. We're gonna stream here until it says an hour as well. It's another like 40 something minutes. And then that'll probably be it for tonight. And I'm gonna go stare at my wall and think about the injustices I have allowed to spread on the virtual world. I shouldn't call them injustices. I'm getting too close. I'm getting too fed up. I don't like it. I don't like that I had to hear that stuff still. Like, I genuinely, that kind of haunts me a little bit. Not, like, fully, but I definitely, there are times where I'm not thinking about anything, and I'm just like, whoa, somebody said that to me, and I, like, hear it again almost. It's kind of fucked up. This is probably some genuine form of trauma. I don't know what the fuck happened. Guilty by accessory is how I feel. That's the only way to explain it. And I don't even know if that explains it, because I wasn't an accessory. I just didn't. I still don't, like, the more I think back on it, what would I have done differently that would have, like, been significant enough to make some form of impact? Other than just leave the chat, but I almost feel like at the point that we were at, that almost just felt dangerous. At certain points, I literally was like, if I leave now, I'm just encouraging this even more. Like, I'm just saying that this is okay to do. And I've talked to a couple people about this. I've talked to the same people about it multiple times, actually. And everyone's like, dude, you're kind of tweaking. You didn't do nothing. But my brain keeps telling me that I should have stopped that. And I don't even know if I could have stopped that. But there's a part of me that says that I could have. My stream has now turned into me playing Mario Kart very half-assed while I vent full-heartedly. Very interesting. Maybe we should have just done a just chatting situation. Bella got lost. She destroyed the ditch, you know, and the stream. She'll never be back. Yeah, I hope that that's what it's accomplishing, because it does, every time I vent about it, I do feel like some form of closure to an extent, but also every time I vent about it, it does kind of feel like I'm just like replanting the seed for me to wake up tomorrow and be like, shit, that happened. It's a very weird cycle, but I do appreciate y'all for hanging out and listening while I sit here and ramble like a psychotic lunatic, genuinely. I wonder, Bella's like, there's an off chance that Bella's rewatching that stream right now, and it would be really, really messed up if Bella's like the one other person from the outside who's like, nah, you shoulda ended that. To the point where that would probably just push me over. If one other person watched that stream and was like, dude, I don't know what you were thinking, I would be like, fuck. Aw, shit. I shouldn't even have that video up anymore. This feels like I'm setting myself up for like a Homelander flight whatever video. Someone's gonna watch that stream and be like, oh fuck, who the fuck is this guy? Who does this person speak to? Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Astral. I am so, like, that situation had me so out of it that, like I said earlier, I literally just sat there and was, like, letting my thoughts out at work so I could, like, maybe try and process them a little more if they were said instead of thought. I need to not do that. I'm gonna be walking down the path. Like, I walk down a trail I have for, like, a week now every day. And I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna just be walking down that trail, and some guy's gonna hear me being like, I could've stopped it. I could've put an end to it. And they're gonna think I've done something, like, actually terrible. That will haunt me for a very long time. I don't know if I'll ever get over what I had to hear that night. And I'm the only person. I genuinely think I might be the only person in that situation who still is like. I feel, when I think about it too hard, I can still, like, put myself in the same jaw-dropped feeling I had for how many minutes? No, it wasn't even minutes. Because I was gonna end the live after it had ended, but I felt bad. Like, I felt like I would just, that would be wrong. So I stayed there and kept, like, trying to talk to the people in chat about it. And then more people started, I stayed live for like 3 hours because more people started joining in and being like, what are you talking about? And I genuinely was like, I don't want these people to think I'm unwell. I don't want these people to think I'm not well in the head. It was thinking back on that, it feels like I, like, blacked out from being drunk halfway through, because I was just like, what? There were 2 points at that conversation where I literally fit the Star-Lord meme of you what, where I was like, what the fuck? I don't know why. I still, every time he pops in the chat, I feel the need to, like, call him out for it, but I don't want to, because I almost just feel like I'm dragging it out at this point, and I don't want to do that. But there's, like, a lack of closure that my being has. I'm very concerned that Bella's actually watching back that stream. We don't need more people to, like, have access to that knowledge. I also keep trying to put myself in Bacon's shoes and, like, imagine saying what Bacon said. In any circumstance that I've ever been in, like, no matter how out of it. And I just can't. I cannot imagine myself saying that. Yeah, no, I feel like he needs to, like, have a bell around his neck when he goes into public after he said that. I can't stop laughing about it, and I genuinely, this is like a Logan Paul, we're in the forest situation, because I know I should not be laughing, but I almost, there's a level of surrealness to this where I'm like, wow, wowzers. Yeah, I appreciate that, Astral, because, like, you know that I don't, most of the time, any joke is not, I don't really care about it. I might joke about it a little bit and, like, oh, why would you say that? Wah, wah, wah. This is haunting. No, no, Bella was actually watching it. Bella, were you watching that shit? How much of that did you go through? Because that dude was, it was getting so fucking strange so many times. No, I'll go through and find when it started and send you a timestamp tomorrow. I might even send it tonight, because I'm like, I'm actually thinking about it again, and I probably need to go and rewatch it to, like, decide how I feel about everyone in this situation, including myself. Because it got so weird. I remember it was like a 4-word little saying that was said right towards the end, where I was like, oh, that was way too fucking weird for this to be like, hee hee ha ha, I am laughing with you. Like, ooh. And I remember even, like, it was, usually when something like that happens, I'm pretty slow to, like, process, like, whoa, something socially weird happened. Even I was, like, instantly, I went into, like, a shock state where I couldn't speak. I couldn't get words to come out for, like, a couple minutes. I was just sitting there like, I cannot believe that I just dealt with that. Yeah, no, I'll get it figured out, Bella, because I feel like there's, like, 2 people who watch my streams semi-consistently, and I'm not trying to, like, be rude saying this. I genuinely just feel like the girls who watch it need to know this. Need to know that this happened, and, like, need to, like, keep it in mind. And I also probably need to, like I said, reevaluate the video and be like, do I even need to, like, put up with this in any extent? Because I'm upset. I'm, like, genuinely, I'll probably, I don't know. No, I'm not going to talk about why I'm upset about it again, because it's just pointless. But the audacity of this whole situation from one party has made me so angry that I will not talk to anyone involved. Like, I will not speak to either of those people anymore. Because I'm like, how dare you? There have been quite a few points where I'm kind of like, we might need to just, like, there hasn't even been a single form of, like, hey, what I did was kind of wrong. Like, there hasn't been that yet, still. And I'm like this over it. Like, I'm kind of like, I'm still pressed over it, and I feel like I probably shouldn't be the person who's pressed in this situation. It should not be me who's, like, stressing over this, I don't think, maybe. But I'm irrational, and I cannot fix this. Yeah, no, I don't actually know him in real life, thank God, at this point, because the lack of accountability makes me want to Homer Simpson this man until there's no more Bart left. But, no, that is not an excuse. I don't care. I don't care. Nope. Dude, you could be lobotomized and that would not be okay. Okay, thank you, thank you. I see that you followed it up with that, but holy shit, the way that I thought you were kind of throwing that out there for a second made me panic. I got scared. Oh my god, the way I'm not a violent human being anymore, so I can't say these things. I cannot say these things, because I feel like because I feel responsible for it, I almost just feel like I need to just be like, boxing match me right now, set it up, let's go. But I don't, we can't do this. We can't do that. I'm pretty sure that's also just a crime, because if, like, that is actually just a threat. There's no way around that. You can't just, like, boxing match people who have differing views. Yeah, and we were also in a party together, so Violet's definitely hitting pretty close to home with that. Like, I'm definitely, like... The main reason I take the blame is because it was on a stream that I'm obviously the host of. But I think another big part of it is I feel like I probably, as a dude, should have way quicker been like, whoa, this isn't very normal, shut the fuck up. And I kind of feel like I failed on that aspect. Like, very heavy. I know I failed on that aspect, but No, I know, Bella, I know, but the concern that I have is, like, I genuinely don't know why I didn't just tell. I'm starting to, like, get... We're gonna breathe. And we're not gonna talk to Penn Franklin about this. Penn Franklin just makes me genuinely get mad at this. Like, this one particular topic, I'm like, so we're gonna get on a plane and we're gonna go there and we're gonna tell him to stop in person. But we can't do that. That's a crime. It is so a crime if I go... No. The panic I feel. I'm shivering again. And I want to laugh, but I know that I shouldn't laugh. So every time I laugh, I just get more angry at myself. Yeah, no, I'm happy that you're not trying to defend him, though. Because I genuinely feel like... I don't even feel that bad for myself. I just feel like an idiot because I didn't tell him to quit. I feel bad for that. I genuinely, like... I don't even know if she would really care that much about what he said because he was just being kind of dumb. But I definitely, there's like a big 50% of me that's like, why did you not stop this? Why did you not do this? And quit? Like, why? But it's probably more than 50% of myself. I keep saying that. No, I'm not joking when I say... I think this is going to be the last thing that I say about this, because I'm starting to, like... I'm panicking. But the way that I felt when the conversation... Like, when we had left... It was a game chat where this had all occurred. And when he had left the game chat, I literally had felt like how I felt after I was in a car accident. Like, I had, like, a ringing in my ear of, like, that actually just happened, oh my god. And I remember, like, I literally can probably remember 5 minutes of the 3 hours of streaming that I did after that, of me just being like, holy shit, I should have stopped him. The same thing that I'm doing right now, but for 3 hours. And the worst part is, I know that when I watch it back, like 50% of that 3 hours is going to be me behind this mic, because I was just over there, like, I literally had my hands in my head and I forgot that I was live at multiple points. The panic that I felt, realizing that I had, like, I could have done more. I don't want to, because I used to be really mean. I used to genuinely be a very mean person. And I'm trying to work on that. And I felt like if I did, I was going to break that, but it almost might have been worth it. It almost might have been worth it to just, like, be a shithead again, so that I didn't have to experience that, and no one else did. I shouldn't say I, because I wasn't, like, the brunt of it, but holy shit. The way I am stressed out by a user is wild. I genuinely... I don't know what to do. Like, I've been kind of contemplating over it for the past... since it's happened. Because I don't want to, like, be too rash in either end. Like, I don't want to just ignore it too much, and I don't want to just... Never mind. the detachment I feel from the situation at certain times is like, he drugged me into this. I feel like I got like, my buddy was like, hey, do you want to take me to a bank so I can cash my check real quick? And he like pulled out a gun and robbed and murdered everyone inside, and then was like, oh, sorry, man. It was just a prank, though. Like, that's genuinely the reaction that my body has to this. That might be a little dramatic, but it doesn't feel dramatic. That... It might not be. I don't even know. And, like, the first couple days, I was, like... I was almost denying it. I kept, like, joking about it constantly. The past day, I have been upset. I've just been mad. Genuinely angry. And I don't like being angry. Because I'm very good at it. I'm a professional. But yeah, Bella, you're definitely right on those, like, being the only options. My biggest issue is, I'm very leaning towards the first option, because the second option, the only conversation I can think of is, why are you so stupid? Why would you say that? What made you be so stupid? How are you this dumb? And I don't think that's going to get anyone anywhere. Because I wouldn't be that nice about it. Like, it would have to be an off-stream long conversation. And I don't think that anyone is going to sit through me saying what I have to say. I don't think any human being on this earth would expose themselves to the actual, like, the spite that I feel towards everything. I don't, he would have to be insane. There would have to be a level of detachment that I don't think is there. Because I have no friendly, I have to, like, act like I'm not speaking to him when he shows up here. Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to do. I have a very bad track record of, in the past, when something like this would happen, I would, like, make a decision within an hour of it happening, and I regret those decisions still to this day in some of those cases. So I'm trying to, like, rationalize it, but with how unreasonable that whole conversation was, it almost feels like rationalness is not there. No, it's all good. I appreciate the responses, and that is kind of what I'm shooting for, but, like, there is a little demon on my shoulder that's like, you know, planes exist. You could go there. You could go tell him. And I don't, that's not going to end well. I don't see that ending well. Because there's like 50% of me that's like, you could do it. You could set up a meetup, and then you could just be like, listen, man, I lied. This is not a friendly, jovial time that I came here for. But that's not good. Not Bella asking for forgiveness instead of permission on the nicknames. I'm sorry, I kind of have to focus on something else right now a little bit, or I'm actually going to, like, lose my mind and start turning into an animal. No, it makes sense that she had to make sure, obviously. I just think it's really funny to, like, drop a nickname for someone that you've talked to a couple times and then be like, after you drop it, you gotta be like, is that okay? I should do that with, like, a gas station clerk that I've never met before. Be like, alright. And it's gotta be, like, a real personal nickname, too. Like, it can't be, like, a shortening of their name. I gotta, like, take this to another level. I gotta come up with, like, a really out there nickname for the person, and I just gotta be like, you okay if I call you that, after I drop it, like, with full confidence. I think we're gonna live stream a meeting between, never mind. That is a fucking terrible idea. With the way that I cannot control my, like, rationality on this, that would just end really badly. One thing would be said that I didn't like, and it would just be a downhill situation. I was thinking Honey Bun, but it doesn't feel personal enough. I need to, like, look at them and, like, the first cartoon character that comes to mind, and maybe, like, call them that. Or, like, walk into a gas station. Oh my god, no. I can't say that. I could say that, but I think every time I say that, someone gets mad at me. Even if I'm in my room alone, somebody's gonna get mad at me. I guess I could, yeah, I gotta do that, but you can't do that if it's a lady. I feel like that's a little worse. But, like, if I go in there and it's just a dude, I could walk in there and be like, what's up, Sugar Tits? How you doing? You okay if I call you Sugar Tits, by the way? Just, like, after you drop that on some middle-aged man, I wonder if he would just take it. Yeah, no, I can't. If I think about that for too long, the incident, I start to, like, I get very irrational very quickly. It's like 5 minutes of me being like, hey, I should think this through and I should make a smart decision. And then, like, after that 5 minutes, my brain's like, get on a plane, find a weapon store, get a baseball bat. That's not what I'm thinking, I swear. That's not what I'm thinking. I promise you I'm not thinking of being violent. I would never violence. Fuck. Pen! Franklin! Franklin! Franklin, I need to speak to you. Franklin, the demons, they're talking to me again, Frankie. He put that on my conscience. I almost feel like it's, like, not as bad as killing someone. I shouldn't say that. I hope he is at this point. I don't fucking care. Please. Find me. Find me in the streets. We need to discipline you. I'm gonna fucking strangle you a little bit. Not a lot. I promise I'll try and stop. I promise I will hold back to the best of my abilities to not just, like, actually turn you into fucking conquest. But brother, you put this on my soul. You put this on my soul, my being. I can't deal with this. I've done enough evil myself. I don't need you adding your fucking, it's not even evil, it's just degeneracy. I don't need that. Okay, I'd rather have my actions than whatever the fuck that was. Oh no, I beat some people up in the bathroom because they called me really mean things. I'm the devil. It's not the end of the world, okay? Worse stuff happens in high schools all the time. But that, him doing that almost makes me feel like I could just, like, get away with stabbing a dude. I shouldn't say that. I promise it's not good enough. It's not good enough to be like, I promise I will consider it, depending on how much you ask me. Like, I don't, that's not gonna, officer, I promise you I thought I wasn't gonna do it for a minute, but that stuff just got real slippery. Me turning into a old southern sheriff when I get stressed is very accurate. No, I can't even relax in George's stream. Did you see me in there the other day when I was just like, I was genuinely panicking the whole time? Listen. Just put the boxing gloves on, and I promise you that I'm not gonna take mine off at any point. I tied them super tight. Just instantly, you just, like, throw them. It's a really good strategy that won't get you banned from any boxing leagues. Or when they tell you to touch gloves and you go up and you like hit them so hard that you like try and fracture a finger a little bit, then that they are happy when you do that. They love it. Astral, stop encouraging this. Don't. I remember some other people had also like lightly joked about it, and I'm like, I don't think you understand. You're just making me be like, hey, other people think this is okay. You could do it, and people. Stop. Stop it. There's no relaxing for me at this point. I'm amped permanently until I gotta figure something out. Something's gotta change here. We might need to fix some things in my life or somebody else's. I don't know how I fix other people's lives though. I can't even figure out how to fix mine. We might have to just like, I'm gonna treat you like an 80s TV now, son. I'm gonna whack you on the head a few times until it works better up there. I can't say that. I think that's considered a threat. I think that might be considered a threat. No, I promise you Val was not with Bacon on that. That was not the situation that was happening. Please do not put that out there, Bella. I'm not trying to be rude. Please do not put that out there, Bella. Val was not with Bacon. I can't speak to Val because I feel bad that I didn't get Bacon to shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm going to find this man and be like, are you a BlackBerry phone? How much damage can you take? Do you like when things drop you on the concrete? I know them brick phones sure did. It's me, your friendly neighborhood geriatric man. I promise you I'm not young. Maybe if I do that, I wonder, could I get a convincing old man costume and then just be like, officer, I promise there's some psycho old man who was running through the streets and he was beating people. We can't stop him. He's so old and geriatric, but he's still beating people. Just cut to like security footage of some guy with the fakest fucking wig on. I can't speak to Val anymore. We can't speak about Val here anymore, because I'm gonna get, I feel even worse. The fact that, I should have realized so much quicker that that was not going anywhere that it should have been. I keep making the joke that an industrial van accident is gonna happen, and I can't say that. It's a really bad idea. I don't like that Astral is encouraging this. Like, Astral just keeps putting quotes like she finds this entertaining, and it's not helping me. We need Violet to wake back up and be like, what the fuck is happening in this street? Why are they making threats? I would never get on a plane. I'm too scared of them, but I might for a little bit, just to do some violence. I really like hitting things. It's the one thing that my mama made me good at. No, I think the best idea, like genuinely the best idea that I have for that. Okay, no. Stop. Okay, no. So you go in Halloween first. Like, you gotta wait a while at this point, but like Halloween's not that far. And it gives you time to plan more. But you buy whatever horror movie seems to be super popular. There's always that one horror movie that there's like 50 people dressed up as, and you just get a baseball bat. Oh, so Violet, is Violet listening in on me? Like, I think Violet's gonna quickly realize that we're okay with the way that you speak because I'm actually part of the problem in most cases. I might be the mind virus. I might have gotten to Bella. Bella probably ran to George's live stream. She's scared. She's like, I don't know what's happening here anymore. This is just, it's some guy vaguely, consistently making threats. My dog's here now. You guys want to see Foxy? Hello, Foxy. Foxy, say hello. Of course you wouldn't. You're so rude. I love you, though. You're the one I wanted to come visit us. I left the door open for you. You can probably tell that I'm mad. She can probably pick up on the fact that I'm mad. And she's like, hey, what the hell are you doing back here? Violet, I promise I'm not actually gonna violence anybody. I just really, really can't stop thinking about it sometimes. Bella is like, she's like the patient zero. I am the virus, pretty much. I shouldn't put it like that, but that's kind of what it is. Like, I'm the guy who, like, explodes in the lab. She's the one who catches it. That's cool. Don't say that. That would imply that you hear me when my parents aren't here. I scream at night about the terrible, terrible things I want to do to people who have wronged me in my past. I shouldn't make that joke after all I've been saying. That's honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. That's not that much of a joke. Sometimes, I get really mad, and I'm just like, I could do it. I need to find hope. I need to just go in the streets, and I'm gonna talk to random people about this. I'm gonna like sit on a bench and wait for some dude to like make the fucking mistake of sitting next to me, so I can be like, "Have you ever heard a man on the internet? How do you feel about digging deep holes in the desert?" Don't put those allegations on me. My psychiatrist tried that already, okay? Don't play those games with me. I'm just normal, and people don't really talk to me in my day-to-day life. Someone's got to do it, so I fucking took up that mantle myself. Okay? I'm a normal boy. Everyone in my town's just like, why do you keep talking about hitting people? And I'm like, okay, fine, fuck you too then. Why is it every other week you found somebody new who you just don't like? Well, why do people keep giving me reasons to not like them? Sorry, not sorry, fuckers. The standards are getting stricter every day. I don't appreciate Bella saying that. She's called me... You're worse than Bella at this point. Genuinely. You've called me Nick Crompton and a schizophrenic. The vitriol and spite that I'm starting to feel, it's spreading. It's like a plague. It's taking over my body. I need to get a doctor to, like, find this and remove it from me. Because it's actually, like, it's just spreading to other people at this point. Why would you say that? I have people in my family who are, and sometimes I get a little scared. Sometimes I'm like, shit. Fuck. I shouldn't make that. That's not even much of a joke either, but shit. You know what? This is what you guys get. No, I can't even move that. Fuck. Son of a bitch. What'd you do? My psychiatrist did try that. And I didn't appreciate that. So I called her some very nice names that everyone wants to be called in their lifetime. And she told me I can't be her patient no more. Hooey, I didn't want to be your patient anyways. You just called me fucking schizophrenic. What? You think I want to keep talking to you? Okay, I hope you know I'm not trying to, like, be rude about that, obviously, and I know that that's, like, a struggle. I need to, like, try and be serious about this for a second, even though I'm in a very not serious mood. But, like, I feel like that's really normal to be like, oh, I know somebody who I'm related to who has this, what if I do? Especially if you're like me and you already, like, tend to do some kind of weird shit sometimes. It's like, oh, fuck. This could be an issue. No, don't worry, Astro. I promise you that I'm not gonna, like, let something... If it's something that I notice, I'm going to call it out. Because at the point where I'm noticing it, that's probably a pretty big issue. And that's like part of the issue that I'm having with that whole situation. Is like, dog, it hit a point where even I was like, it was so bad that I hadn't just noticed it, but I was like borderline praying for it to stop. But nah, you haven't said anything even remotely close to actually rude. I mean, at least you're not Bella and Mella. We're gonna start combining what both of them say. Because now, I'm Nick Crompton. Hey, that's just like the worst. It's honestly worse than everything else even. But we're gonna add that on top of it. So I'm Nick Crompton, who is also a gay Southern 9-year-old, who is potentially extremely mentally unwell. No offense to anyone who's going through that, but yeah, I think even they will admit in some situations that they might not be the most attached that there is. But we won't let you actually bully anyone, Astro. Why is my voice dropping an octave? Please stop doing this. Breathe. I don't know what the hell just happened there. I think I was transforming. What was that? I don't know if that even picked up on the mic. That was really strange. My voice sounded like notably deeper for 3 seconds there, and I did not like it. I was like, fix me, bring it back. And it seems to have. I might actually just be like freaking out right now. Is this one of them anxiety attacks them TikToks be talking about? I'm not actually, I hope you know, you have not ever genuinely offended me once. The closest you've gotten is when you called me Nick Crompton, and I was mad about that for a minute. But I wasn't offended. I was more like, why the fuck would you say that? When you watched the stream that I had to go through the other day, I think you understand why, since then especially, I've just been out of it. Astral, I kind of figured. You've never come off like you actually want to be mean. There's much more mean things that you could very, like, easily and obviously get to than the shit that you've went for. I'm not really worried about you, turning a corner and saying horrifyingly mean things. Bella had already shown the signs before she started. I'm gonna just give up at this point. It's so over. I don't know why. Why would I let that? I should have never joined the game, chats. And I need to... Spirit Airlines is famously known for getting people places cheap. Okay? They're good at it. They're really good at it. No, I'm not. There's no point in me doing that. I've upset enough people in my life, and I deserve to be bullied a little bit, so I kind of just let people walk on me at this point. It's whatever. Except if you're gonna do, like, actually genuinely weird shit, then I'll get mad at you. But you're all good. Don't worry. I'm not gonna actually try and offend you. The worst joke that I'm gonna make, and it's not even a joke, is that you can't reach the top shelf. Because I'm sorry. That's a little funny to me. You can probably find it funny that a plane hurts me. Like, I genuinely, after 5 minutes of sitting on the seat of a plane, I want to die. Same with buses. I got too much like for all that. Those chairs were made for people who were not in my height range nor any range. These people were not thinking of me, and it shows. One second, I can't really read that chat right now. I'm too locked and my brain is getting a little cooked. I will check it in 1 second. We only have this lap left. I let it go too far again. We got a little too lost. Mr. Franklin, why do you do this to me? We love you, Mr. Franklin, but you gotta stop taking me to the fields. I done told you, boy, I want to stay on the hills, and you took me to the back. Son of a gun. Alright, let's read that. I hope that's a good thing and not a bad thing. You're welcome, Violet. Yeah, I don't know if you've picked up that vibe from me. 99% of the time I'm not serious, and when I am serious, it's very obvious because I get extremely frantic. I cannot be serious, like, nonchalantly. When I'm serious, I'm very serious. And it will be known. Especially if I'm angry. If I get angry at something, I just can't stop myself. It becomes like it's a snowball. And my soul is an infinite hill filled with so much debris. I didn't know I could do that. That's a good skip. Well, I hope you enjoy your new sleep schedule. Even if you have to be the equivalent of a guard in a psychiatric ward. To an extent. Some extent. I don't like the fact that based on Bella's chat, I kind of get the feeling that you guys might think I'm a very serious person. That's... Yikes. We might be putting the wrong vibes out here. People might be thinking I take things too seriously. I take some things seriously. And those things I probably take too seriously. Those things I don't care. I'm very bad at not being serious enough. I have a track record that I have to uphold at this point. The Nick Crompton breeding program cannot happen. We need him gone. Forever. The fact that he was ever here is a mistake. I need to stop. I just have to, like... I'm trying to sidetrack myself, but it's not working that way. What are you guys up to? What are you guys... There definitely are some days where I take my, like... I have a very stiff form of humor where I don't make it obvious I'm joking a lot of the times. And even I will catch myself on some days where I'm like, some guy is going to join and think he's watching someone who's insane. Like, someone who's actually just, like, admitting horrible things. Oh my god. Not... Astral... You gotta keep her on her toes, apparently. Astral, maybe you should stand up on your bed at like 3 in the morning and just start yelling police commands. I'm really upset that that idea is like kind of cemented in my head now. So I have a very strong feeling that when/if I get in another relationship, I'm going to, at some point, there will be me standing on a bed, acting like I'm yelling at someone who's committing a heinous crime. No, it's all good, Bella. I hope your head gets feeling better. We're probably gonna get off here in a minute. Oh, nice, Astral. This light, it makes the camera so much more obvious, and I don't know if it makes me more or less comfortable with it. Because I was already too aware that it's there. That was obvious. I grabbed that thing so many times on my first couple streams with it. But the light is like, when I can forget for a second, my brain's like, hey, you know that light that's in your face? Yeah, I forgot. I literally just reacted to that like a sociopath, and I said nice a couple times. Happy anniversary. I should not just... I need to, like, think about my reactions before I just say things, or else I do that. It's like when my friend told me his dog was getting put down, and I got a cool saying. My dog wasn't getting put down. Also, it wasn't cool. There's a demon that, like, lives in my brain that sometimes he breaks out and I just won't notice. I don't notice, and he takes the reins for a second, and then I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You need to not do that. We're losing it. The sauce is overtaking again. I talked to Penn Franklin one more time, and he's hurting me. This, I'm starting to question. I deserve to be put in a padded room for that? For telling... Maybe a little bit, but not again, please. Thank you. I'd prefer to not. They're not comfortable. As comfy as a padded room sounds. They tend to not... They're not good on the bones. Not having a solid surface to stand on. Hurts the ankles. You deserve to be put in a padded room for comparing me to Nick Crompton, you crooked human being. What are you talking about? Who are you speaking to right now, actually? Hold up. Let me lock in for a second. No. You called me Nick Crompton. You deserve to go into a prison. Like a really, really rough one, too. We're not gonna talk about it. Okay, I've lived many lives in my existence. I've made mistakes that I cannot recover from. There are memories that haunt my being that you will never hear the tales of. Have you not, like, was there not a guess that could have happened with the things that I talk about? I was talking about beating someone 20 minutes ago. I was literally talking about a pre-coordinated beating 20 minutes ago. And you didn't consider that I might have... They might have taken me sometimes. I might not have been allowed to be out and about my whole being. Oh no. I've exposed myself. They know. I'd like to put it out there. Those people are dirty lying scumbags. And I did not deserve to be anywhere except my home. I don't like that you guys are judging me now, and I can feel it. Bella is definitely judging me. I don't know if Astral's judging, but Bella is like... Dog, I am not helping you with your situationships or whatever you got going on. No, 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 no. You're not calling me. I know people who have been to the ends of the earth. That's all you need. If your ex calls you again, you need to just pick up and go, I've talked to a human being who's been to the ends of the earth. And he is not all dead. Oh my god, I'm so happy that she missed that so Bella doesn't have a witness. Thank you, Astral. Nah, nothing happened. What do you mean you have free will? I know you have free will. Don't try and say I'm, like, dehumanizing you, taking your free will. You have your free will. I didn't say anything happened again. She's lying. She's telling lies. She's fibbing on my name. Please don't spread this narrative. No, 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 no. Astral, please. I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. I promise you. She's lying. She's making AI threats. I have not been anywhere near, never, in my life, actually. It wasn't padded. Thank you. It was just a pretty regular room with very cold floors. Very, very cold floors. I was put in a prison camp. I should not make that joke. Someone's gonna be watching my stream and be like, did he make a toothbrush shift? That might be my impression of Bella. Astral has an obsession with flight that will be studied. Taco Bell's new chicken chalupa! What is happening? I was so whimsical for one day, and I genuinely feel like because I was, something bad happened, and as like a trauma response, my brain is like, you will never in your life ever feel that way again. Don't you dare. Not implying that I'm gonna punch my way out of a padded room. Sadly, I don't have super strength. I was not endowed with the power to punch through a wall. Maybe. Actually, to be fair, how many walls have I tried to punch through? Interesting. I'm gonna go try and punch through somebody's wall who I really am unhappy with. I'm not gonna say who, because it's just gonna make me, that is a horrifying concept, actually. Someone being unhappy with you and punching through your wall, that is a nightmare scenario. I went in there! Screw that. Never mind. I'm not even gonna try. You're gonna just show up with a sledgehammer. I promise you, boys, I don't have a sledgehammer on me. We could find out the hard way. I could, like, I haven't actually violenced in a while. I could, like, get in a violent altercation and accidentally punch through someone and be like, oh, shit. I genuinely feel like if I ended up getting a superpower, I'd be one of the people who finds out by, like, committing some atrocity on accident. Like, you get super strength and you, like, accidentally snap someone's spine when you give them a hug or something like that. not Bella, making Kurt Cobain references in my Christian Minecraft server. Dude, that's so messed up. You know what's actually messed up? I had to break wood at work today. Like, I literally, it was too long to put in the trailer, so he was like, just do whatever you can, get it to break. So I put it on a curve, and I yelled Detroit power when I curb stomped it. I don't live close to Detroit. I live in the same state as Detroit. So, maybe I can power the whole of Detroit. I can, like, channel their abilities. I don't know if I want to channel the abilities that come out of Detroit. I can steal a car radiator in 30 seconds flat. That would be really funny if I accidentally just one day found out that I have some, like, really niche superpower. It's like a Shazam thing where I have to say a word or it won't work. When you say hooey and accidentally, like, punch a dude in the face, but then his face is gone. That'd be really messed up if I was a superhero, but my activation word was hooey. I would be mad. I wouldn't even use my power at that point. I don't even know who All Might is, to be honest with you. I just eliminated that giant turtle on accident. You can't tell me it wouldn't be kind of funny if someone got a superpower, but they had like a really, really shitty activation word for it. If I have a daughter, I'm gonna name her Bartholomew to help her find love. You guys are ladies. Ladies, do you wish you were named Bartholomew? Let me know why in the chat, please. Like, why you do or don't. I mean, maybe if you don't. I doubt it. Bartholomew is the name to have. As anybody. Anybody who's anybody is named Bartholomew at this point. I'm convinced. I'm waiting to see something possible. Oh, My Hero Academia. I have heard of that. I still haven't watched an anime, sadly. I shouldn't say sadly to that. I don't know. Is it sad? Is anybody sad about that? Hey Bella, are you sad that you weren't named Bartholomew? I don't like that you're, like, insulting my username in there, okay? I named myself this before that stupid bald twat showed up on the internet. I wish I could go back in time. If I could go back in time, I would kill Andrew Tate. I should not say that. I would, but I'd do it. I mean it. I would put an end to that, so my good name would not be tarnished. My name is this because I was on it. We were trying to make a Fortnite team with my friends. And we named it Alpha, and I'm literally the only one who kept this username. I'm, like, the only one who pretty much ever had the username. That does add up. I'll watch one day, don't worry. Actually, is Invincible? No, Invincible's not named. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you won. He seems to be not very good at those. Wow. I'm so happy for him, Bella. I hope that has turned out great for him. And he's made a bunch of great life choices based on The the bottom G or whatever the fuck he is. You can't be embarrassed about other people's action. Actually, I can't say that. Fuck, son of a bitch. Well, maybe you can. The instant realization of like, oh yikes. Well, see, I actually. Fuck. I didn't read Cretan right at first. I read it as cutie, and I was really, really scared. I was genuinely scared. I thought Astral just called Andrew Tate a bald cutie. And I was really, really upset. I was actually just angry. It's not even a guess. I only gamble by buying dollar scratch offs when I have like a dollar bill in my wallet. Guys, Bella committed tax fraud last year. Did you know that? And she did it on purpose, too. It's the only reaction gift that Astro needs, okay? So, Bella, you wouldn't be... You say you're not offendable. You wouldn't be offended if we started calling you Erica Costello because you want to marry Jake Paul? Also, I want to bring this up again, because this will get my mind off of the incident completely. I can almost guarantee it. The fact that he wrote... Or he probably didn't even write this. The fact that he said, used to call you mom, but now I call you wife, for a song is genuinely one of the funniest things that I can think of. Like, ever. That is the craziest bar I think I've ever heard. Don't blame the Funko. Wait, who's the second one? No, that's like, it's either one of the Venoms or one of the Pokemon. We're gonna have to shoot for the middle. Listen, I can't exactly point at him. We're gonna point at that guy right there. It was Frank Castle. It was the Punisher. I don't like I don't like that either. What kind of fucking furry fanfics are you writing on your phone for your autocorrect to think that you're saying that? I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that about someone. No. Fuck. Son of a bitch. I think I broke my not swearing thing on this stream a while ago on accident. I definitely did, actually. I will not ever scream out Jericho. And I will not ever go from referring to someone as mom to wifey. I don't like that bar. Who let him say that? Did he not have a PR team that was like, dude, no, quit. Please tell me I'm not the only one who remembers that. Bella, do you remember him saying that? That's Bella's crush, by the way. The guy who used to call you mom. I genuinely, I don't know how surprised I would be if it turned out Astral had wrote in some like some Zootopia stuff or something like that. I don't know what exactly, but I feel like there's been a furry fan fiction arc at some point in Astral's life. I don't know if it's now or if it was in the past. There's a hunch. Bella is in her arc right now. Bella is in that arc. She, like, Nick from Zootopia is her actual crush, but we just joke about it being Jake Paul. I think his name's Nick. I don't even know. I watched the first movie when I was, like, however old I was when that came out. And I didn't like it. Don't say that Uncle Cade. Don't. Why are you calling him that? Also, there's a lot of things I don't like about Jake Paul. My two least favorites are they used to call you mom, but now you call you wifey. And also, he like abducted that man's son. This is Mini Jake Paul. Even though his dad's like standing right behind the camera. Look at Mini Jake Paul. I like to imagine Jake Paul was like trying to steal that dude's wife too. Listen, he's Mini Jake Paul. Do you want to be Mrs. Jake Paul? It's so evil, but it's so funny to imagine. That's why Jake Paul got into boxing. Mini Jake Paul's dad kicked his shit in for trying to steal his wife and son. He got real pugilistic in there. Not many morgues. I don't want to know that that exists. There doesn't need to be more than the regular one. I don't know why I have so much, like, distaste for morgues in my heart. I don't trust that kid. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's like the same age as me, and he's like a multi-millionaire. He's going to kill somebody. And it's not gonna be on purpose, but it's gonna be like really bad. What did they put into my water? Mini Jake Paul's dad whooped Jake Paul's shit in for trying to steal his wife and son. She's not gonna be Mrs. Jake Paul, you son of a bitch! She's Mrs. Big Titus. Why do you know that, Bella? Why are you, like, actively keeping up with Titus? Wait. I have to do some math. Bella, how close are you in age to Titus? Hold up. Let me cook here. Actually, don't let me cook, because I'm in an evil mood, and I'm gonna make evil food. It's just gonna be spicy food. I'm sorry, Aspel. I'm not trying to be rude here. I don't want a sequel to Morgs. I didn't want the original. Wait, has he already? What happened to Bald Martin? We wanted to make Bald Martin more bald, so I scalped him. I can't do the accent. I can't try and do my Morgs impression. It's gonna get really bad. Because I know it's just gonna go Peaky Blinders. Like, I know that I can't help myself enough to where I know it's just gonna go Peaky Blinders. Yeah, I don't know how old... That literally actually just made me question it even more. Thank you, Bella. I have to go get my phone so I can look up how old Mini Jake Paul is, because that's going to be in my search history now. Because that's something I need there. There we go. There we go. Okay, so he's 11. Never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke anymore, actually. Yeah, we're gonna refrain from that one. Ceasefire, Min. Not found alive. I need to refrain from thinking about morgues because it really makes me want to do a Peaky Blinders Mr. Beast crossover impression. Guys, do you think Bald Martin could, like, be an MMA fighter? I think he's literally the only thing I remember about morgues, by the way, if you can't tell. I don't know why. Bald Martin, like, he sticks out to me. Yeah, no, that's fair, Bella. I remember a lot about Logan Paul because I watched him. But to be fair, if Jake Paul tried to steal my son, I would mention that a lot too, probably. Oh, dang, I also just saw the chat of Astral remembering Titus as mini Jake Paul's name, which is insane, by the way. I don't like how cool that name sounds to me. He sounds like he's gonna commit like some like Greek story. He's gonna make it happen. If I wanted to bully him, I'd call him Titus. Because that's a pretty funny name. I actually need help. I've thought about the incident and I'm detached now. Reality isn't reality, it's fakeality. It's realty. It's not reality, it's realty. I like how everyone, they're like, they send bombs to your mail. Sometimes. It's like a really fun thing. What the fuck am I doing? I actually like black out sometimes and just like say shit. Is this what Tourette's is? I don't know if I can say that, but I think this might be what that is. I have not played Warhammer before. Guys. No, never mind. I can't make that joke. I can make that joke. I'm trying to think. Is my sensor working good enough right now? Do we need to cut it? No, I can make the joke about Link being a femboy. That's fine. Link is a femboy. It's not even a joke, actually. It's just me saying. It's a statement at this point. I don't even want to know what that video contains. That's fucking horrifying. That's a really scary title. Don't name your fucking video that. What the fuck? What is that? Don't do that. It is Holy shit. Yeah, I need to... After this match, I'm getting off. I'm going to the tribe stream. I'm gonna go vent there for a little bit. I'm gonna let my thoughts be known. Gabby is gonna have some hammers tonight, one way or another. I have things to say. What if Bacon's there? Why do I have a feeling that Bacon's there? No, 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 no. I think that, like, they beat him a little bit. And then the next video is like, Titus is in grave danger. And it's like a video of him, like, in the hospital because they actually beat their child. That's exactly why I said it, actually, because I know Bella is a big Legends of Zelda fan. What? Oh my god, I don't like that one. That one's almost even worse. Titus says he doesn't want to turn. What the fuck are you gonna do to Titus? You leave that boy and his pog juice alone. Or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't think it was called pog juice. I really hope it wasn't called pog juice. I think it was, though. Fuck. You're not sensitive unless I say that Zelda's just Link and drag, okay? You seem pretty sensitive now. What the fuck? What are they doing to this kid? Astral? Is this gonna be like a fucking... What is that? The one, like, actually crazy lady. She had like 8 kids or something like that, and she, like, abused them on YouTube. And she didn't even try and hide it, by the way. Bella's not sensitive until you tell her that Zelda is just Link playing his dress up. I shouldn't say it like that. I shouldn't say it like that, but it's too funny to see. I can't help myself. Titus is... I wonder if they, like, blame Titus for things that Jake Paul does at some points. And I'm just, Bella, I'm messing around. You need to chill. You've called me fucking James Corden, or no, Nick Crompton. You didn't call me James Corden. I wouldn't mess up. That actually, no, that's pretty similar. They actually ring a pretty similar bell. You're not going to tell Dad on me. I'll tell him myself. I'll go in the stream right after this match and I'll say, I think Zelda is just Link and drag. And he's gonna be like, where the fuck did this guy come from? Who invited him back? Guys, I think that's gonna be it for this stream because I don't think I should have been live an hour ago. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't like that one. That one's actually fucking creepy. We put him in a full-grown man's room and told him not to leave for a day. The fuck is that? Don't do that to your kid. The shit are you... No. Don't do that. Those people need to be fucking beat. No, he's not. He's gonna be so... He's gonna ban me. I'm gonna get banned tonight, permanently. The tribe is gonna get rid of me because the things that I have to say. To everyone. And everything. we'll be back tomorrow because I can't get banned from here. We will. That's gonna be it for this one. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. You know, I feel like most of you know the deal. I mean, we got the Discord linked in the bio of both the red play button and the TikTok now. I didn't link it in here. I go live every day from like 7 to midnight Eastern Standard Time, and it's at least an hour usually, so that's the deal. We'll be live again tomorrow. I'm gonna go talk in someone else's stream and then go to sleep. Not Titus being in big trouble. Yeah, if it's a lot of trouble, he did like a bunch of different things. If it's big trouble, he committed a heinous act. Yeah, and I'll see you guys.